quite a few different yarns. This yarn that's made with actually creates the pattern by itself. You know, when you knit, it's going to create all these different colors. You don't have to change your yarn and do all this stuff that takes a little bit longer.
Okay.
So we have this pattern available. You like this one because it has a little cuff almost, or you knit, and then instead of, this is nice because it's shorter too.
Yeah,
you don't have as much to knit. It's about a half a scarf.
So cute.
And then it has a little, almost like a pocket or a cuff, so that when you put it around, you pull it through. And it's a little bit shorter scarf, which I like, not so much around your neck. So
and I love the way that it's got that little knit. Cuff is a good way to describe it.
And I like the idea that it's only half a scarf, half as much to knit.
And it's green, my color. I love it.
Green. This is the Cuddle fabric we showed a couple of weeks ago. This is the very soft fabric. We did a kind of a jungle theme. This is an easy one. If you don't do a lot of sewing, and you can just sew a seam, though, you can do this one. Because you're going to put 2 pieces of Cuddle, so that's reversible to some degree, together, right sides together, and all you have to sew is a seam on each side.
Okay.
And then when we turn it, it'll look like this.
Yeah, right sides together.
And we have a little instruction sheet, so I don't have to tell you every last, but just sew down to here, and you're going to sew this way, and then you're going to cut. And then after you cut, you pull on these, and they turn into these like nice little round tassels.
That is adorable.
Easier.
I love
Nice
it.
warm scarf for our cold winter that we're going to have. And there's lots of different patterns. You could do school colors, but you could also do pinks and greens and that type of thing.
Cool. Love
And
it.
then one last one. This is a kid's project, although it could be a kid's. It could be an adult project. A simple one to do. Pre-made pom-poms.
They come in a bag.
Needle and thread comes
Okay.
in the bag. There's several different colorways that you can do this with instructions.
The needle and thread are actually in the bag.
Needle and thread are in there.
Okay.
And all you're going to do is stitch through the middle of the pom-pom and create the pattern of your choice with repeating pom-poms. That's it.
Okay.
And then you have this cute little scarf for $9.95.
I love it. Kids are home from school. That's a great project.
It is. It'll take them a little while to do it, but not forever.
Okay.
And there's another colorway that you can do. Again, a nice Christmas gift. Even if you don't want to do it to make it as a gift, you can do it as a kit for a young child that have something fun to do.
All righty. Cool ideas. All right, we have more ideas for you and more gardening calls. When we come back, 571-5263. We'll be right back with Listens Live. Okay, I'm using this cold as my excuse for the day. We really don't have more time for gardening calls. I'm so sorry that I said that. So I'm sorry if you took the trouble to dial in, because we've got so many other things that we want to show you. We've got this geomesh fabric, and we want to let you know that there's so many things that you can do with it, and Kathy's going to do a couple of little demos. We've got this little angel, too. Let me get this little angel in here. That's Christy's arm right there. Is that just absolutely adorable? I mean, it's all geomesh, right?
It is. It's geomesh, again, the instruction sheet. And then this will get a kind of segue into this next thing I want to show you, because her wings are just a bow.
Okay.
And basically her body is part of a bow. So I want to show you the wings. It is the wide geomesh.
Okay.
And it tells you how big of a piece to cut.
Oh, you've got a kit for this.
It's not a kit. This instruction sheet.
Oh, okay. An instruction
So
sheet.
it'll tell you to gather. And this is for your bow or for the wings.
Okay.
And we have, after working with this product, we used to make our bows like this. Now we've decided if you slide your hand down,
Okay.
and then you make it into the bow, it's a little easier to control. Make it into the loop, and then slide your hand down and make it into the loop. It's a little easier to manipulate.
I got it.
And then later, you can come back
Pull it
after
out.
you've even wired it and pull it out. So if you can see, that would be her wing.
I love it.
Okay, and we're going to do, it'll be separate pieces of whether you're doing a bow or her wing, and you can wire that and then go on to the next step. So let's just assume we're doing a bow at this point, and we want it to be a little larger or a little, let's say a little fuller bow. So now we can, again, slide your hand down and make another loop in the center, and you can spread that one out. So fairly easy to manipulate, and again, it's great for outdoors, so it's going to hold up well. This could be a bow for your door with some stuff in the center like we've done this one, because some people are just tired of wreaths, so they want to do something a little different. But I want to show this one because here's a small bow. It doesn't have to be this huge bow. It can be something small. You can warm this with a hair dryer because it tends to curl and have a little, if it starts to curl on you, it's driving you crazy, just warm it. You can tie it in knots, and that also helps to give it a little different look for your tails. So that would be the geomesh bow.
And this is the same width as this right here.
It's exact same width, yes. Now, if you look back here, we've done a wreath and we've done a garland. We have the most questions about the garland, so I want to show you that.
Okay.
We've started up here. This is the look we're going to have, and I want to show you it's a continuous piece. We're going to come down and gather.
Okay.
Nothing special, just gather it in, and then let it poof up instead of this. Now, if you want it to be less poofy, obviously you can pull it down.
Right.
If you want it to be more like that, go up, and then if you have artificial greenery, you can use the greenery to attach it. If you don't have artificial and you got a live garland or live wreath, then you'll need to use some wire.
Okay.
And then again, come down, gather another piece, pull it tight, or puff it up, however you'd like that to look. And use your artificial greenery again to tie. And you just continue on down and gather that.
Okay, so this is about how much of the fabric does it take to do the garland?
It's going to take about 1.5 times the length that you are actually putting it in. So if you have a 9-foot garland, it's going to take, 15 feet or so of the mesh. So it just depends on how long that is, and we can help you with those. Come in with your measurements, and we'll help you figure out what you need. But it's a 10-yard roll, so it's going to go pretty far.
Okay, so you buy it by the roll, or can you buy it by the yard?
You can buy it either way, yard or roll.
Okay.
Yeah, either way.
All right.
Most people are buying it by the roll because it's 10 yards, it's pretty inexpensive, and it's a Wave 3 Listen Special.
It's already inexpensive, but the Wave 3 Special is going to make it even more inexpensive. Okay, now you're going to do me a wreath.
If we're doing the wreath, it's actually the same as we did the garland. So we can find the end, gather, and use our artificial greenery or a wire, same thing. And we're going to go on around, puffing that up. Now, let's just say again, I don't like that much geomesh. I want to do it a little bit smaller, a little more controlled. I can pull that up a little tighter. Move not quite so far away, a littler puff.
The other thing about it is that if you don't like the way that it looks, all you have to do is just undo it, and you can't even tell that you ever even scrunched it up in those areas.
That's what's nice. You can't iron it. Again, let's say you do wrinkle. Let's say you leave it that way a while, then you take it off, or next year you want to do something different. Then again, take your hair dryer, warm it up a little bit, and all those wrinkles will just fall right out, and then you can redo it. So we're going to go around with geomesh, and then we've added a bow on top of it, and then if you want, embellish it with some of your other things that you would like to do.
Easy peasy. What about that? All right, we're going to go ahead and take a real quick break. Kathy, thank you so much for all the great ideas. We really do appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming. It was fun.
Okay. We also want to mention, too, that geomesh is normally $10.95 a roll. It's going to be Wave 3 specialed at $7.95. Great. It's a great deal. Okay.